I'm really happy to announce that tonight is co-sponsored by, co-coordinated by both the Arts Leadership Lab and Great City. I'll read you off what Arts Leadership Lab is all about. The mission of Arts Leadership Lab is to recognize and empower arts practitioners as valuable, effective partners in the community development of the Puget Sound region. All produces regular public events that explore innovation, public issues, and best practices in the arts. That's who we are. And Great City convenes broad-based coalitions that advocate for a more vibrant, sustainable, and equitable city. By bringing together disparate voices representing the environment, businesses, and neighborhoods, our strength has always been our multidisciplinary approach. So we're very excited to have both of those great organizations, us and Great City, here today. So without further, one thing I want to announce is you might see these multicolored papers on your table. These are invitations for you to write down your questions through the night. We'll be collecting them right at 7:30. So anything that comes to mind, it's all on the table. We would love your vibrant questions. So I would like to invite up our honored moderator for the night, Marcie Sillman, who's going to be guiding us through the night, our moderator.
I like to be the honored moderator. That's great. And so again, we're not having an open mic for questions, so if you do have them, write them down. So here's panelists are going to come up and they're going to introduce themselves. And Christina and Jenny, who organized this event, said to me, this is just an introduction of the topic. So the hope is that there'll be many more conversations on this subject. So I only see some of the panelists. Panelists, come on up. They're going to introduce themselves. 1, 2, 3. Wyking, there you are. Come on up.
One thing I forgot to mention is that tonight we're coming together in the spirit of solution-based approaches and collaboration. And in that regard, I'd just like to invite all the participants, everyone in the audience who is the participants and the panelists, to respect time, respect the person, and please respect the topic. I think that our distinguished guests won't have a problem with that, but just want to put it out there for everybody so we can have a really productive and good night.
I like rules, those are good. So we're going to just have each panelist quickly introduce him or herself, name and where they work, and then a little bit more, if you don't know their organizations, will come out in the answers to some of these questions. So Wyking, you get to go first.
Peace and good evening. Thank you for having me. All Arts Leadership Lab, Great City. Definitely think art is key to building a great city. My name is Wyking Garrett. I'm a co-founder and director of the UmojaFest Peace Center, and also director of the UmojaFest African American Sea Fest celebration, and so founder of the Seattle Hip Hop Summit Youth Council. And my first introduction to participating or being active in developing arts institutions was as a founding director and a part of the effort to establish a world-class African-American Heritage Museum and Cultural Center at the Coleman School to use art and culture as a foundation for community development and economic development. Thank you.
I'm Sara Edwards, and I work with For Culture, which is a public agency doing cultural development throughout King County.
You want to say what you're doing currently with For Culture?
One of the projects I do at For Culture currently is helping the public agency Historic Seattle come up with an operating model and partners for Washington Hall, which is a historic building in Central District of Seattle.
And I'm Cassie Chinn. I work for the Wing Luke Asian Museum, which is the only museum in the nation that's dedicated to the Pan-Asian Pacific American story. We were previously located right here in this location until we moved in 2008 around the corner to 8th and King, rehabilitated a historic 1910 hotel.
Hi, I'm Cathryn Vandenbrink. It's great to be here tonight. I live in the neighborhood just a couple blocks away and have for the last 10 years. And it's been great to see the changes take place with the new Wing Luke and other development that's happening here. I work with Artspace Projects. It's a nonprofit real estate development organization for the arts. Our mission is to create, foster, and preserve affordable space for artists and arts organizations. Our first project in Seattle was the Cathryn building, and the second was the Hiawatha Artist Lofts on the Hiawatha, just across from Goodwill. And we are in the process of negotiating with Sound Transit for a third property site at the McClellan Mount Baker light rail station.
Hello, I'm Randy Engstrom. I'm the founding director of the Youngstown Cultural Arts Center in Delridge. Fortunate to work with Al and Kiwi and Hollis, a number of good people in the room. I also am the vice chair of the Seattle Arts Commission, where I chair the Facilities and Economic Development Committee, trying to figure out how to create and empower and activate more cultural facilities around the city. And I co-chaired the Cultural Overlay District Advisory Committee for the City Council.
Oh, that's a question I have for you after this panel then. Well, since I started here with Wyking, I'm going to throw out this question. And the panelists have all had these questions, but it'll be a little more give and take. But Randy, I guess I'll just start with you. We're asked to talk about this idea of a creative or arts-driven community. And that can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. So each of you, I'd like you to define for yourselves and for the audience, what is that?
No,
you go first.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal experience has been that the arts are the most powerful way to convene and activate community that exists, that I've experienced. And I use a pretty wide lens when I talk about the arts. I mean, I've experienced it most directly through my time at Youngstown, and it's everything from youth-run record labels to kids designing their own clothing to the Seattle Symphony to community theater. I don't try to act curator. I think it's just about helping people find their voice. And helping them be an active part of their community. And I think what I've gotten to see and experience at Youngstown has shown me that actually everyone on this stage, UmojaFest Peace Center, Washington Hall, Wing Luke, and each of Cathryn's projects all exemplify what the arts do in different ways to serve the communities that they're in. And I think it's like a bunch of case studies, and it's sort of a self-evident argument, but I think it's the best way that we have to come together and to share experience.
Well, so now I'll come back to this end. Is that how you define an arts-driven creative community?
Arts-driven creative community. That was pretty comprehensive. I think it's just the power, using the power of art, the transformative power of art, you know, as he said, to activate or stimulate, bring people together, to take what you have and make it better. Because I think, you know, art represents the whole being greater than the sum of the parts, you know, and that relates to whatever media you may use, and that relates to us as people, each being a part, but together our creative minds and energies, you know, focused on a common cause. It's pretty unstoppable, you know. So, and art, music, you know, has pretty much shown itself to be probably the most efficient platform in bringing people together across different boundaries and from different spaces to find a common cause. I think also it means people being able to find their gift, develop it, and then share it and exchange it, you know. So I would say that.
So Cassie?
When I thought about this question, I was thinking about it in the sense of arts-driven community and then also community-driven arts, which is how we approach our work at the Wing Luke. But as I thought about it, art is incredible for how we retain memory and identity. How do we come to understand who we are, and how do we value who we are? And then how do we come to explore the issues of our day? And are there lessons we can learn? How do we come together to think about those contemporary issues? And then how do we envision tomorrow? How do we bring people together across the generations to grow and to improve and to better this place? So I thought about it in that sense. And then I thought about it in an economic sense, which I don't think we can overlook, is that art plays an incredible role in the economic livelihood of our communities, from the entrepreneurs that are artists, there are resident-based, there are business owners. They draw customers to our neighborhoods and activate the spaces in a very physical, economic way.
I'm now, when I think, Cathryn, about your work, community can mean the physical places that you create, and not looking at it in such a meta level as Cassie just did. So, I mean, are you thinking about it in the real tangible communities like Tashira Kaplan or Hiawatha Lofts, or how do you look at it?
You know, before I come to these events to be on a panel or something, I just think, oh, I'm not going to have anything to say, and then I get here and I want to do all the talking because I don't think I can say it all in one moment. There's just so much that I want to get out. I think that, to me, this idea, and I ramble too, I'm not logical, and that nothing will fall, one thought will not fall.
I'll just stop you, Cathryn.
Thank you. Stop that woman. To me, this idea of art and community is about accessibility and opportunity. It's about, we've heard so much about how Seattle is a world-class city because all these corporate people step up and our government steps up and supports the opera and the symphony and these big entities, arts entities, the museum, that are for the corporate health of the community, that allow corporations to think this is a great place to locate. I think on the flip side of that, we have an incredibly healthy community-based arts life here, arts and culture. And I really feel like sometimes I listen to other artists who are my age, and we talk very nostalgic about the 70s in Seattle and how it was so cool and great. And I think that this last 10 years and the next 10 coming up are going to be we're in the middle of an incredible artistic, creative renaissance here. And I think it's because of the young artists now who, two things that I see them doing that just stuns me. And one is, they don't care about the institutions. If you have something to show, something to play, something to perform, you just go and create a venue, find a place, make it happen, invite neighbors, invite friends. It becomes a part of that community. And the second thing is, I don't see artists today categorizing themselves as I am an artist. It's, I'm an artist and I'm interested in agriculture. I'm an artist and I'm an community advocate. I'm an artist and I'm engaged in education. It's this holistic piece that I find just so inspiring.